Welcome to the Heisman Trophy Ceremony, presented by Nissan.
They say the only thing you can count on in life is change. These days, it feels so true.
You have free agency in college football.
All this is about money, you know that.
Rivalries and traditions are being demolished.
I can't take the realignment right now in college football.
But within this sea of change, a constant can be found. A collection of core principles, composed by a legend.
Lamar Jackson, you are ridiculous.
Doug Flutie has done it. Barry Sanders. He's going for a touchdown.
Hello, record book. Ricky Williams, touchdown.
Those ideas ring as true today as they did over a century ago. Modern-day disciples still see hard work and a hungry heart as markers on the road to glory and greatness.
Cool, calm, and collected. Michael Penix Jr.
Tonight, past and present come together again as a new name joins a coveted and constant refrain. Heisman Trophy winner.
This is our time.
Jaden Daniels is something special.
It's a crazy cosmic journey. I feel
Harrison all the way to the house for Ohio State. Next, fires the end zone. Touchdown.
this is our time.
Penix around the corner. Touchdown, Washington.
Let's go, man.
This is our time.
New York, like everything, is ever-changing, but at its core, the constants, the energy, ambition, hopes, and dreams of all those who come here to make it. In about 52 New York minutes, a transformative moment for one man inside this gleaming glass home of the Heisman Trophy. Of the finalists, 3 are senior quarterbacks with complete skill sets. The Oregon Ducks, Bo Nix, an historically accurate passer this season. Michael Penix Jr. leads the Washington Huskies to the playoff with under pressure. The dynamic Jaden Daniels of the LSU Tigers has reshaped what's possible at the quarterback position. But all these QBs rely on playmakers, and representing them, the incredible Marvin Harrison Jr. of Ohio State, voted the top receiver in the sport. 4 spectacular seasons to cap credible careers. They are the most experienced and most well-traveled group of finalists we have ever seen, but that does not mean that they are immune from the nerves of Heisman Trophy night. Good evening. Happy holidays. Welcome to our beautiful new home of the Heisman, this room with the view. Always great to see the Heisman brothers here and stand next to this bronze beauty. I'd say now more than ever, because college football is swirling pretty fast these days, orbiting in some unusual directions. But this is solid. This is constant, what it represents. For 30 years, it's been the privilege of those of us at ESPN to present the Heisman Trophy. Think about that, since 1994. Seems like a long time ago, frankly. It's been a huge collaboration of a lot of talented and passionate people. We have tried to honor the legacy of this trophy and the legacy of these winners and those before them and since them who are playing on Sundays. We continue to be inspired by the current generation and what these 4 finalists represent, the core values that they brought to their team: hard work and toughness and team-first leadership. But they are products of the times. 3 of them flourished after a fresh start, a change of scenery, and after all 4 of the last Heisman winners were transfer quarterbacks. I think what you'll see from tonight is that they didn't do this alone. They brought along their families and their coaches, and this is largely about that. They all have some scars. They're proud of that. They've required resilience and growth that comes along with it, and they have endured themselves. Let's welcome them to the stage and hear from them. These are the 4 Heisman Trophy finalists in alphabetical order as chosen by the Heisman voters. Hoping to be LSU's 3rd Heisman winner and 2nd QB in 5 years. Also representing the San Bernardino, California Blackhawks, his first team. Please welcome Jaden Daniels. You already got handshakes. Welcome, sir. How are you? At wide receiver U, he is the first Buckeyes wideout to finish in the top 10 of the Heisman voting, much less the top 4, and make every All-American team. Marvin Harrison Jr., a former Abington, Pennsylvania Raider. Marvin, welcome. His season closely matches that of Oregon's only Heisman winner so far, Marcus Mariota, from Pinson, Alabama, and Scottsboro Junior High's Wildcats, winner of the Campbell Trophy, which goes to the top scholar athlete in college football, Bo Nix. Congratulations on the Campbell, man. That's awesome. And Washington's first Heisman finalist in 32 years. No Husky has ever won it. He led UW to the final Pac-12 title in his second straight 4,000-yard season. The former Dade City, Florida Pirate, Michael Penix Jr. With a very sweet Husky-colored suit. What are these guys feeling right now? We have 4 Heisman winners on our team who are going to step forward and get their initial feelings. Andre Ware, Desmond Howard, Tim Tebow, and Robert Griffin III. Guys, come on down.
Hey, let's give it up again for these Heisman finalists one more time. All these guys had amazing years, and I'm here with Michael Penix Jr., Mr. Big Penix Energy himself, and that's Penix Desmond. Pronunciation is important in this moment.
I was yelling, brother. I was yelling. I'm from Cleveland.
Okay. So, Mike, you had 4 season-ending injuries at Indiana. Then you come to Washington, you lead here in passing yards 2 straight seasons, and you lead Washington to the college football playoff. When you were at your lowest moment, what was it that kept you going and allowed you to continue to believe in your dreams?
Yeah, man, for me, it was always just leaning on my faith, and just leaning on the ones who supported me and loved me throughout the whole journey, And I have my family here, so I got to thank them, for always being there for me and giving me that boost that I needed whenever I was going through those times.
Talking about the people that were there for you, you have a special thing inside your jacket right now. I want you to show the crowd what you got going on.
Here you go. So right here, I got on the inside of my jacket, I have all my teammates and my coaches, Yeah, just show my appreciation to them, because they're not here today, but on my suit they are, and obviously I couldn't be here without them.
No doubt about it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Bo, you got anything in your jacket up your sleeve?
I don't, unfortunately.
I tell you what, Bo, when you got to Auburn, you were a legacy because everything your dad did, and you had some highs and you had a few hard times, and then you found a new family at Oregon. How did that family help renew your love for the game?
It was like a breath of fresh air. All the resources and everything that Oregon has, it was just, the best choice that I could have made. And, from teammates, coaching staff, administration, I felt like they had it all.
Marvin Harrison Jr., my man. If there's a junior, then it must be a singer. Where's your dad at? RG3, step back a little bit, sir. Appreciate you. Right there, right over there. Now, so we all know about his Hall of Fame career, but the lovely lady sitting next to your brother, tell us about what she's meant to your development and how important she is to you.
My mom, that's my mom right there. I love my mom. She means everything to me. She's always been there to support me, show me love. She's always the person I can go to outside of football, and I just appreciate you so much. And you inspire me each and every day the way you work. So I couldn't be more thankful for you, and I'm super glad that you're here.
Awesome.
And now, this young man, Jaden Daniels. How about a round of applause for everybody? But Jaden, you had found success on every level. High school, when you went to Arizona State, statistically you were right there, and then you went to LSU, and all of a sudden the upward trajectory started. What was different about this season than any other that you've ever had statistically, because you set this thing out? It was unbelievable.
I would just say my mentality going in, coming back, talking to Coach Kelly and all those guys, the whole staff, and they challenged me to get better. They challenged me as a leader. They challenged me as a football player, and I took it to the new heights. They will say I set the standard. So from there, it's just like how can I find ways to get better off season, late nights, early mornings. So I would say that's where the success came from.
Coach Kelly, had him throwing that thing around like the run and shoot, man. I got one more year. Good stuff.
Man, it's been a treat to watch all of these guys' careers. They've been some long careers. The last two Heisman quarterbacks won it in their first full year of starting. Combined, the three quarterbacks here have 158 career starts. We're never going to see anything like that again, guys. It's been a joy to watch you. Awesome to have Will Wells and the Just Keep Winning Orchestra helping us to set the mood and bring the energy tonight. Coming up, we'll hear a lot more from all four of these finalists and the loved ones and coaches who helped them get to this spot tonight. Their journeys from all corners of the country here to Columbus Circle, where Broadway touches the corner of Central Park. The Heisman Trophy ceremony presented by Nissan.
Hey guys, this is Joe Burrow.
I'm Derrick Henry.
I'm Kyler Murray.
I'm Marcus Mariota.
I'm Devontae Smith.
I'm Bryce Young.
This is Baker Mayfield.
Hi, my name is Caleb Williams, the 2022 Heisman Trophy winner.
Congratulations
to this year's finalists.
It's a special week. It's a fun time. Welcome to the Heisman family. Enjoy the ceremony.
The 2023 Heisman Trophy ceremony is presented by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
You saw the 30th and 40th anniversary Heisman winners there. We'd like to recognize right down here in the front row, Charlie Ward, Florida State's first national championship team 30 years ago in '93. And next to him, the 40th anniversary winner, Mike Rozier, Rosie of Nebraska. Well, these guys are well aware that when the most gifted is also the most driven and the most disciplined and the most diligent, then greatness on a generational scale can be the mission. Marvin Harrison Jr. grinds year-round so that his fall Saturdays can look so smooth and graceful. He always has. The tagline to Ohio State's promotional emails touting Marvin's marvelous season also served as a warning to opponents. Here comes the sun. He's all right.
When your earliest football memory is of your Hall of Fame dad on the game's grandest stage, it's bound to leave a mark. For Marvin Harrison Jr., it created an insatiable drive for perfection. Marvin quickly separated himself from his peers. As a freshman in Columbus, he watched as a trio of future first-round wide receivers dominated the spotlight. But in 2022, it was Marvin's time to shine.
Stroud to Harrison again, money in the bank.
Becoming Ohio State's first ever unanimous All-American receiver. This season, the spotlight grew brighter and the burden heavier. Opponents tried everything on Harrison. Bump him, bracket him, bear hug him. Didn't matter. Marvin broke loose for 8 100-yard games and 15 total touchdowns. He wins foot races and hand fights using strength and length and tracks the ball with elite body control and bounce. Greatness recognizes, and the Buckeyes' most famous fan has been on the number 18 train from day one.
Check these numbers. One of the best gauges of a receiver's value to the offense is contested catches, those 50-50 balls. Look how dominant Marvin was winning those battles in the crucial areas, the downfield chunk plays, the third down throws to keep those drives alive, and throws to the end zone. 6 contested catches for touchdowns. The NFL values that as much as anything. We have multi-generational greatness from the Harrisons in the building tonight as we welcome in Marty Smith. Good evening, Marty.
Thank you, Chris. Good evening, everyone. That's right, here with the Hall of Famer, Marvin Harrison Sr., little brother Jet, and of course, one of our guests of honor this evening, Marvin Harrison Jr. First, I want to say to you, I love your spirit, young man. You're a special one. Dad, I want to start with you. When we were together last year, you told me you coached him hard. You told me you didn't mince words. You told me he had to earn everything he got. So how do your dreams for what his career might look like mesh with the reality of the amazing career he's building?
It's been a great career, but more importantly, I'm more excited and more happy about the fact that he's a great kid, and sports, we can coach our kids hard. You can tell them to do the right things, but off the field and just being a great kid, being a great role model was more that I'm proud of than anything.
And he's a great role model for you, Jet.
Yeah.
What's it like, man, you're in 8th grade, right?
Yeah.
What is it like when you have this as a mentor and someone that you can look at to emulate your life, not to mention a dad who's a Hall of Famer? How has Marvin Jr. kind of paved a path for you?
When we was younger, it was great, and he used to push me every day. We used to go in the basement, play basketball, get me better every day.
Did you beat him?
No.
When we were together last year around this time, you said to me, I want to be the greatest wide receiver who ever played the game. Where are you on that journey?
Still a long ways to go. Chasing my dad each and every day. He's kind of set the blueprint for me, and I'm super thankful that I can have him as a father, first and foremost, and also as a coach as well. But I have a long ways to go. I've had a pretty good college career so far, but I still have a long ways to go to get that gold jacket.
Pretty good. A little bit better than pretty good, young man. It's great to see all of you this evening. Now let's go in the theater where Holly's with Marvin's head coach, Ryan Day. Holly.
Well, Coach, you have had incredible wide receiver talent under your time at Ohio State. 3 first-round draft picks, but they haven't been here before. Marvin has. What sets him apart with his work ethic? What makes him special?
I think the first thing is, he's been blessed with a tremendous amount of talent, but he has built so much discipline and skill in his life. And I've said this before. A lot of times you get talent, you don't necessarily have the discipline and skill. It doesn't come that way. And so he's built so much discipline and skill in his life, the discipline to take care of his body, the work ethic that has been documented. I mean, the hours he spent in the Woody on that jugs machine is unbelievable. He's leaving a legacy behind. Marvin Harrison is a tremendous talent, but he's built so much discipline and skill in his life, but he's also a special young man. And he's had such an impact on so many people in such a short time at Ohio State.
Thank you, Coach Day. To someone with a little skill and discipline of his own, Chris Fowler.
Well, Holly, I hope folks who are coming into the sport of college football are listening and learning tonight from the example of these 4 guys. Wow. We talked about the Pac-12 quarterbacks. They've got 2 finalists here for the first time in 13 years. Michael Penix Jr. and Bo Nix helped create an unforgettable final season in the Pac-12, and they both have more work to do. Well, on behalf of the Heisman family in front of you and those not here, we want to reflect on the lives and careers of 2 Heisman winners whom we lost this year. Charles White was a Trojan legend, a 2-time Rose Bowl MVP, part of a national championship at USC, 2,000 yards rushing in his 79 Heisman season. Charlie revived his NFL career with the Rams, made the Pro Bowl, then coached at USC. Charlie was 64. Johnny Lujak's Notre Dame career bridged World War II when he served as a naval officer. He did it all, passed, ran, punted, and played defensive back. Did it in the NFL, too. John Lujak lived an incredible, long life. We lost him this summer at age 98 and a half. Please join us in remembering and reflecting on these 2 Heisman Trophy winners. Of course, the winner tonight, as a bonus, besides the trophy, gets a key to the Heisman house. How about the college football playoff semifinals on New Year's Day? It begins in Pasadena, the Wolverines and the Crimson Tide at 5 Eastern time. Then down in New Orleans, Michael Penix Jr. and the Huskies against the Big 12 champion Texas Longhorns. Winners, of course, play January 8th in Houston for the championship. Well, among the many skills that our Holly Rowe has, she is a brilliant tour guide and a part-time New Yorker. And the 4 finalists had fun yesterday in Holly's whirlwind tour of the Big Apple.
Welcome
Welcome to New York. Who's been here before?
I have.
Let's get this show started. We ready? I wanted to have some fun today and do a trivia competition. Only 2 freshmen will have won the award.
Johnny and Jameis. Back-to-back year.
I feel like you know your Heisman history. Who was LSU's first Heisman Trophy winner?
Billy Cannon.
We ready? Come on out. Who's nervous?
I'm not nervous, but I'm also not necessarily excited.
Now see what you're seeing. Is it becoming real?
The glass wall ain't high enough.
Oh, nah, this way bigger than the Space Needle.
We need a selfie here.
Go on, JD.
I ain't looking down.
Heads in, heads in.
Not now.
There you go.
That's been slick, boy.
Those are good hands.
A lot of ups and downs, but, you know, it was all worth it, you know, to be in this moment right here, right now.
It's surreal. It means a lot because, you know, so many great players, people that won this trophy, people that didn't.
A lot of people think things are given to you because of who you are. That's an honor, actually, for me to go out there and really make a name for myself.
I always dreamed about it and always, you know, had a goal to be here. You know, every step has been something else.
For Jaden, it's the first ever visit to New York City, hoping to collect a pretty unique souvenir while here. Michael Penix Jr.'s mom, Takesha, grew up over in Queens, so it's nice to have a lot of the family nearby. All 4 of them went to the edge where they stood and looked down, made a lot of friends there. That's for my Van Halen fan, Doug Flutie, every year, Doug. Guys, thanks for being good sports. Well, the phrase coach on a field is thrown around as loosely as a swing pass. Bo Nix actually contributes like a coach all the time, speaking up in game plan meetings, writing up these plays in his notebook, a lot of them, and texting them to his offensive coordinator, and preparing like an NFL veteran. After all, he is the most experienced quarterback in the history of college football with those 60 starts. Bo has achieved milestones in longevity and efficiency that might stand forever in a long, sometimes bumpy journey.
With a house full of Auburn alumni, including a former QB, Bo Nix was destined to be a Tiger.
Good Lord have mercy, what a threat.
After Dad helped coach him to consecutive state titles, there was no question where Alabama's Mr. Football was going to land. An Iron Bowl victory and Freshman of the Year honors in 2019. All was going according to plan. But following in another's footsteps can trip you up. Injuries and crushing expectations led Bo to transfer to Oregon in 2022. Rejuvenated in Eugene, Nix's numbers skyrocketed. This season, Bo's pre-snap command and contagious confidence hit new heights. Given the keys to the car, free to drive the Ducks' fast, powerful offense wherever he chose, leaving defenses in the dust.
He can do it with the arm and then showcase the smarts with the legs.
Nix says he's been cured of always chasing perfection, but his 77.1 completion percentage is closer than any QB has ever come. Adjusted for throwaways and drops, it's almost 85%. Under pressure or on the move, short, medium, or deep, it didn't matter. Bo's aim was true.
Numbers are pretty ridiculous, 40 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. But look how those touchdowns are distributed to all quadrants of the field. Deadly on the short-range passes, but 14 touchdowns, just 1 pick in the intermediate area where you're throwing into a lot of traffic, and 9 touchdowns off deep shots. Not many Heisman finalists, Holly, get to share the joy of being here with a wife, but Bo does, and you're with his family.
Mom, Dad, wife, Izzy, this is a family affair, and it really started out that way, Krista. Your family legacy, the roadmap was set. You're an Auburn family. So how did you embrace and empower your son when he said, hey, I got to do something different, go to Oregon, and that path has now led him here tonight?
Well, Holly, if you know anything about our family, you know that we're a faith-based family, and we just feel like that God had ordered his steps, and yes, we did. We thought it was walking through to Auburn, and as a kid, as a family, we've loved Auburn all of our life, but then it got to a point that he felt like he needed to make a change, and so we definitely supported that. I think I often say that it was time for him to put Bo first instead of Auburn, because he had just everything was going toward that. So, you know, everything you take with you. You learn, you change, you move, and he did a lot of that. And I even often say he kind of finally went off to college when he got to Oregon, because he actually did experience a different college situation there, and it's been great. It's been great, and we are very, very thankful.
It has worked out so beautifully, and it must have been a hard choice at the time, but it has worked out. And Dad, for you, you've coached him since he was a kid. You've been so intimately involved in this football journey, but it's always been about him. You're in the stands. I see you up there sweating it out when you hear the announcing. But this week, the busiest week of his life, what did this young man do to support Dad?
Well, I think that, more than anything, we're both in a game that's about people. I mean, it really is. It's about relationships. We're in a game that is probably the most unselfish game that there is in the game of football. And so watching him this week, and just his whole course of his career, of just watching him being unselfish and loving teammates, loving people. And it was a fun week for me, for him to be unselfish and be able to take time to come and watch me play for a state championship and support me. And because he had a few things going on himself this week. But that's I think probably I'm as proud of that as anything, is how unselfish he is and how he loves people and how he values people. And I think the game of football has given him a great opportunity to do that.
Pretty precious moment on the field as you win the title on Wednesday, and then he flies to New York Thursday. That's so special. And Izzy, for you, the path had to go through Auburn, because that's where he met you, and you are now married. You've seen this from a really personal level with your husband, all the ups and downs. What are you proud of that you have both come through?
I'm proud of a lot of things, mainly just watching Bo go through what he went through at Auburn, and then just take that step of faith in moving to Oregon. And it was honestly, it was such an honor for me to be able to come alongside him, support him, encourage him. And I think we've grown together, not only in our relationship together, but in our relationship with the Lord, grown in our faith, just stepping out and moving across the country. But it's been a blessing. So.
And be there for each other, right, yes, during the hard times. Bo, you told me this great story. You were a teenager, and you wrote out your list of goals and put them on the ceiling above your bed. How did something you write on that list come true in this moment tonight, and what have you had to put in to get to this moment?
Well, and I heard something around high school age where they talk about writing your goals down and making them come true, and so that's what I did. I wrote them down on a piece of paper and I put them on my ceiling, so that was the last thing I saw before I went to sleep and the first thing I saw when I woke up. And I think when you write them out, when you put them on display, you have a self-discipline, about yourself, that you now have to reward yourself. You got to push after something, and once you see it, it's kind of daily motivation. And one of the things on there was, Heisman. And at the time, I thought it was a, one of those goals that was kind of realistic and tangible. But, the more I realized it, that was one of those things that was out of my control. And one of those things that, I could, go out there and do my best and just pursue excellence. And, I may come up short, but it's the thought and it's the drive behind it. It's the motivation. And I think I just remember all those times, with my dad in the backyard or up at the school or, in a gym somewhere in Scottsboro, Alabama, where we would go throw. And, it wasn't always the most fun getting coached by your dad, because he was relatively hard on me. But at the same time, I don't think I would have been able to make it here without him, and make it without my mom's prayers, and without Izzy's support. And realistically, I'm just sitting up on stage and just really thrilled to be here. And it's just a surreal moment, because it's just one of my goals, one of the things that I always wanted to do, and now I'm here.
Really cool vision. The family, they are winners, and we're so grateful to have you all here tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Holly.
Thank you.
Now let's go to Marty. He is standing by with your head coach, Dan Lanning.
Thank you, Holly. We all know about the amazing young man. We all know about the completion percentage and the leadership. But what many of you may not know is that Bo Nix is a babysitter. And Bo Nix babysits Dan Lanning's children. So I ask you, who is Bo Nix the babysitter, and what does it say about him that he spends that time with your children?
Well, Bo Nix, the babysitter, gives out way too much ice cream. I can tell you that right now. I walked in the house, probably 6 months ago, and we're getting ready for spring ball, and I'm done with work, and I walk in expecting to see my wife, and then I see Bo there. Apparently, Sophia's out with some of the coaches' wives, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I just got the boys from basketball practice. Titan's upstairs taking a shower, getting ready for bed." But it just speaks to his character. So proud of that young man, and he's obviously an amazing football, but even more amazing human being, and what he's been able to accomplish, not only for himself, but for the University of Oregon is really impressive.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thank you. Chris?
There's trust from a coach, and there's next level trust like that. Let's go up I-5 northbound to the man who's made so many plays in the last couple of years at Washington. He values every single play because football has been taken from him so often. Until Michael Penix Jr. got to college, he told me he didn't really know what ACLs or AC joints were. He endured enough pain to make him question his faith until it strengthened it. How did he get through? By remembering his why, to make his younger brothers proud, to not quit, and to show them what resilience looks like.
Michael Penix Jr. was born to D1 athlete parents. Little Mike was well known around Tampa for his velocity and vision. He committed to Indiana. The highs of playing Big Ten football were offset by the brutal lows of season-ending injury. Not once, but all 4 years in Bloomington.
Not everything is going to go your way. I knew that no matter what, I wasn't going to quit.
Last season, he transferred to Washington, led the nation in passing yards per game, and earned Comeback Player of the Year honors. Still, Little Mike's vision was unrealized. Instead of the NFL,
I can't wait to be back playing in Husky Stadium for the 2023 season.
The Comeback King was back for one more year. The man who savors every play can make every throw to every spot. Lasers, stretching, and stressing defenses. It starts with Michael's eyes, field vision that's 3D, unteachable.
Launches the end zone. Penix creates some magic.
His enormous hands produce ultra-high spin rate, propelling infinite spirals. In year 5, running the same mesmerizing offense, a rare luxury for any transfer, Penix led with trust in his talented cast. And in countless close games, every time a huge moment was needed, Michael delivered.
Talk about the tough throws that really stress the defense. Look at Michael Penix Jr.'s numbers just outside the numbers, on the edge of the field, working the perimeter. More than 2,000 passing yards outside the numbers, 17 touchdowns, and 37 explosive plays along the perimeter. That is tough to defend. Takes a strong arm to do that. Holly's got the Penix family.
Welcome in, Mom. I want to start with you because I think about this as a mother myself. Your son was injured often in his career. It's a career that almost never got started because of those injuries. How hard was that when you saw the pain and what he was going through? And what did he show you about what a resilient kid you've raised?
Thanks, Holly. So definitely our faith in God and family support. That's one thing that we just always wanted to try and make sure that we instilled in him. Definitely not questioning what happened, and just, you know, everything happens for a reason. And so just making sure that he had the family support that he needed through the tough times, and then just, like I said, keeping the faith in God and just pushing through everything.
And, you know, you are both athletes yourself, so he had a good, you know, example to follow. But, Dad, you were the first Michael Penix on the football field. 260 yards rushing in a game for Tennessee Tech. You have to be proud of that. But what was it like when you saw your son with your name, and how has he represented you this season?
It was a blessing to see you have a kid who has traits as you, but is 2 or 3 times better than you. It's a blessing. Just seeing him growing up and seeing how he loved the game and how he have an impact on the game, not with just the football players, but with people in general.
It's a beautiful thing. And Michael, did you know your dad was a baller like that? Did you know the stats I'm dropping?
I've always heard of it. All throughout the city, back at home, they always tell me, hey, your dad was real good.
You've had 6 comeback wins. Why are you so perseverant in your life?
Yeah, I'll just say the things that I've been through. You know, 4 season-ending injuries, you know, in a row. You know, it was definitely tough on me. You know, but to be able to persevere, you know, and just have people to support me around me, you know, to keep me uplifted, you know, keep me going, keep me motivated. You know, that's definitely some of the biggest reasons, you know, to allow me to just go out there and have fun, and, you know, just not really worry about, you know, the outcome, but just stay in the moment and, you know, just take it play by play, one play at a time. And my dad, he tells me all the time, like before every game, you know, he prays to me. He's like, hey, have fun. And I'm like, I got you. And he's like, no, have fun. And I'm like, I got you. And, just to have that, have that support, people around me always believing in me and trusting in me, just allow me to go out there and play free.
It's been a pretty fun season so far. Let's go to Marty Smith, who's standing by with one of those people who's been there for you this season, your coach, Kalen DeBoer.
Thank you, Holly. Coach, you go back to the Indiana days with Michael, so you're aware that there were times he would wait for his roommate to leave the room so he could break down and cry and be vulnerable. What kind of lessons should we all take away from his level of resilience?
Yeah, his story is obviously well documented, but it's just, I think it's all about being in the moment and understanding there's only certain things that you can control and focusing on that. And, our whole team, I think, has really understood where he's come from and, embraced who he is as a person. He's an elite character and, the talent speaks for itself, but just, one moment at a time, being in the present, whatever comes your way, he's all about moving forward and trusting the people around him. We've just been blessed to have him.
Thank you, Coach. Best of luck in the playoff, too.
Yeah, thank you.
Chris?
Huskies will continue to try to move forward. A couple more opportunities, perhaps, to have fun and continue to meet the moment. Well, joining us tonight, the winners of the 2023 High School Heisman Scholarships. Please welcome George Cheng from West Hill, North Carolina, and Caitlin Matarese from La Cañada, California. Congratulations to you both. Continued success. After this timeout, the quarterback who has put together a Joe Burrows-esque season at quarterback at LSU. One more time for Will Wells and the Just Whole Team Winning Orchestra.
The 2023 Heisman Trophy Ceremony is presented by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
And Ricky Williams' gratitude certainly endures. Please join us in saluting this silver anniversary Heisman Trophy winner who said it feels like 2 weeks ago that he won this thing. You gonna watch the playoff? I thought so. Well, Brian Kelly got a very unique request from his quarterback, Jaden Daniels, this summer. Could the electronic fingerprint entry system be reprogrammed so he could arrive at 5 a.m. and bring his receivers along with him for extra tape study? Daniels attacks improvement in every facet relentlessly, adding to his historically complete game. The only FBS player in history with more than 12,000 yards passing and 3,000 rushing.
Jaden Daniels was born with gridiron bloodlines. His father, Jay, played in college and as a lifelong Niners fan, showed his son tapes of Joe Montana for inspiration. Soon, the calm, cool kid from California was off to the Valley of the Sun. Success in Tempe came early and often, with the explosive freshman upsetting 3 ranked teams. But with COVID came struggles and the need for a change. In 2022, Jaden would follow the path of another cool customer into Death Valley. In his first season at LSU, that kid put the SEC on notice, leading the Tigers to a 10-win season, an upset of Bama, and a spot in the SEC championship. Jaden's sequel season was one continuous highlight reel. He added to his arsenal, becoming America's most dangerous deep shot marksman. Daniels ran with abandon, absorbing constant blows. A week after being concussed, he cleared protocol and crushed a single-game record, the first in FBS history to pass for 350 plus and run for 200 plus.
Took another bite out of the Gator defense and might be taking a bite out of the Big Apple.
Each week required resilience. Trailing in Jaden's LSU finale, the band struck a halftime Heisman pose. He then ignited a furious rally, rescuing the Tigers, punctuating his campaign.
You talk about attacking improvement. Jaden and Brian Kelly told me one area they wanted to get better at, those downfield throws. Mission accomplished. Look at those numbers. Passes 20-plus yards downfield, 67%. Most quarterbacks would take that for all throws. 22 touchdowns, no picks of the downfield throws. All those categories first in FBS. I have never seen efficiency like that in downfield throws. Marty, Team Daniels over there, a lot to be smiling about these days.
Absolutely. Just a tremendous season and a tremendous 2 seasons in Baton Rouge. Dad, Jay, Mom, Regina, and of course, that kid, Jaden. Mom, I'm going to start with you. I do a lot of LSU football. Y'all know this. I see you at every game, so demonstrative, so engaged in your son's path, and you love him so much. How do you describe his perseverance and drive to be in this seat tonight?
Thank you, Marty. Honestly, I can't describe it. I mean, the word perseverance is that kid Jaden, if you want to say it. Just what he has in him, the passion he has, the resilience to really just continue day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute, to really be the best person, the best version of himself. Just watching him push, getting up at 5:30 in the morning to be great. I mean, it's really, it's hard really to describe, but I see it in him every single day, and he gets it from his parents.
I love to see the emotion in your eyes. I see it. Jay, you coached him since he was that tall. You've seen this journey and this evolution for this young man. How surreal is it as a dad who coached him to be sitting at the Heisman Trophy ceremony with your son?
Man, it's such a proud moment because it's something that when he was born, he was old enough to walk. You hand him a ball, and I said, "This is what you're going to do," and he took that ball and he ran with it. And you know, from day one to we keep going on year after year. He hit level after level. He kept exceeding and excelling, and everybody's proud of him. Our families came together, supported him. Our city, San Bernardino, supported him. Our area, IE, supported him. And he just took that and ran with him. And he went through a little perseverance and adversity. And when he moved on to Louisiana accepted him, and he's done a great job. And we're so proud of him because this is something he said that he wanted to do. He told me, "Dad, I don't want to play football. I want to be a quarterback." I'm like, "No, man, I don't want you to be a quarterback." He's like, "No, I'm going to be a quarterback." But, you know, he worked hard at it. He was obsessed with it, and he was in love with it. And this is the, fruits of, labor from the work that he put in. And I know his mom is proud. I know I'm proud, and everybody's really, really, really proud of him.
The quarterback thing worked out all right.
Yeah, it did.
It worked out all right. And Jaden has been such a beacon for so many. You've been a light for so many people. When we were together about a month ago doing a feature for College Game Day, you said something to me that really stopped time, that your Heisman dream was really crystallized when Lamar Jackson raised this trophy in 2016. And there were 2 reasons: because he played like you and because he looked like you. And that really proved to you, I can go do this. Jaden, there are millions of young people watching you right now tonight here on the Heisman stage. What would you say to them about their opportunity to persevere and do exactly what you've done?
Man, if I could do it, they can do it. Always believe in yourself. No matter the doubters, no matter what people say about you, just believe in yourself. Lean on your faith, with Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, and, just keep working.
You've been special, man. It's been great to spend time with you these last couple of years. And another guy that I've enjoyed spending time with, Holly, is with Brian Kelly, LSU's head coach. Holly?
Coach Kelly, you and your staff sat down with Jaden this summer and put together a plan for him to have success. I mean, as much as how much weight he had to gain per week. You put a chip in the football so he could work on his spin rate for throws downfield. It's one thing to have the plan, but how has this young man stuck to the plan to excel?
You're right. I mean, you can have a plan, but he had to accept it. He was intentional, he was thoughtful, and he was committed to doing this. I think everything that he did, he had a purpose. Every single day, he was purposeful in what he did and what his intentions were, and that was to be the best quarterback in NCAA football, and that was his drive every single day. And he worked on the things that he needed to work on, and he helped us put together a program built on leadership. He was a captain for us, and the things that he did to help build the leadership within the program, the peer accountability, those are some of the things that you don't even see that he helped us as well.
So beautiful. Intentional, exceptional. Jaden Daniels. Thank you so much, Coach. Chris, back to you.
Well, you know, Brian and Kaylin and Dan, all three coaches who have coached Heisman finalist quarterbacks here are in year 2 at their schools and have had great 2-year runs with those quarterbacks. We'd like to invite the 22 Heisman Trophy winners to come up onto the stage, guys. We'll spend our final time out and then the most impactful handoff of the college football season, the 2023 Heisman Trophy winner. A couple minutes away now.
Charles Woodson, Peyton Manning, Randy Moss. I don't think we'll ever see a Heisman class like that again.
It is my honor to present the Heisman Memorial Trophy Award and the winner.
30 for 30 presents The Great Heisman Race of 1997. Tonight at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
Put. Good Lord have mercy. What a threat. Woo-woo!
They've traveled from far and wide, just like those gridiron greats from days gone by.
Every football player in these United States dreams about winning that trophy and of this fine trip to New York.
Through backyard battles, high school huddles, and Saturday celebrations, those boys turned into men. Now they've shed shoulder pads for suit jackets, playbooks for a page of notes. A rare chance to thank all of those who helped them on this epic journey. Because no one has ever reached this stage alone.
To my mother, to my family, my Uncle Rob, Coach O, you have no idea what you mean to my family.
Dad, we dreamed it together. We lived it together, and tonight I could probably say that we won it together.
There's a time. Diggs to the end zone. Touchdown. Morgan.
The time is now.
Harrison Jr. making a huge impact.
I'm more than fine.
Puts it across the middle.
I'm here today. The time is now.
Penix pulls out the arrow and lets it fly.
For a brief moment, then and now come together as one of these young men see their name etched into history.
How beautiful is that? You saw the joy in the faces of those young guys, and you still see the joy in the game in the way they play it. I know it's a big business. These guys are basically professional athletes, but if you play for the joy and the love, as they've said, great things can happen. This night is obviously a lot about families. We want to thank and congratulate the families of all 4 of the finalists for raising these guys, first of all, but also for sharing their stories and them with us and sharing their videos and the pictures that help us show these guys through the years. All right, we've made them wait long enough. Time now for the announcement. And please welcome the Heisman Trophy winners on this stage. Mike Garrett, USC's first Heisman Trophy winner. Steve Spurrier from the Gators, who coached Danny Werfel. And Gary Beeben, UCLA. Swing to the 1970s. Jim Plunkett of Stanford, Johnny Rogers of Nebraska, 2-time winner Archie Griffin from Ohio State, the great Tony Dorsett, Pitt, and Billy Sims from Oklahoma. I'm waiting for the boomer. From the 1980s, Big George Rogers, South Carolina, Mike Rozier, Nebraska, Doug Flutie, Boston College, or Andre Ware from Houston. Now the 1990s, Desmond Howard, Michigan. Gino Torretta, the U. Next to him, Charlie Ward, Florida State. Keeping the Florida theme going, Danny Werfel from the Gators. And the silver anniversary winner, Ricky Williams, Hook'em Horns. From the 2000s, Eric Crouch, Nebraska. Troy Smith, ripping the Buckeyes colors. Tim Tebow from the Gators. Mark Ingram from Alabama. And Robert Griffin III. Guys, congratulations. Thank you for turning out in such strong numbers and supporting the Heisman. Are you welcome to bring a new guy into this club? Are we ready for that now? To make the announcement and the handoff, please welcome the Heisman Trophy trustee, Mr. Dan Reed. Dan, welcome.
Incredible honor to stand between these iconic representatives from the most coveted fraternity in sports and these 4 fantastic finalists vying to join them. Gentlemen, on behalf of the Heisman Trust, congratulations to each and every one of you. Yeah, give it up. To be named a Heisman finalist is an outstanding achievement, and you and your families and your communities should be immensely proud. You represent the highest ideals of excellence, perseverance, and teamwork, and have inspired countless young people to strive to achieve their own dreams, whether on or off the field. But one of you is about to be immortalized as the next member of this elite and storied group and be forever associated with the legacy and ideals of the Heisman Trophy. This is the moment you've been waiting for, so let's make some history. It is my great pleasure to announce that the 2023 Heisman Trophy winner is Jaden Daniels from Louisiana State University.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Shoot.
Congratulations. Before we hear from you, this is yours. Give it a test drive. 25 pounds. You got it.
Ooh. Thank you. This is a dream come true. I want to first give thanks to God, for all the glory. He's my rock, my savior. He blessed me with the talents and ability to get here, all the special people here to develop these skills. To Bo, Mike, and Marvin, you guys are amazing. I enjoy watching y'all, but the competition is never over. I look forward to seeing you guys on Sundays. I'd like to start the thing with a few thank yous. I learned from previous winners, the first lesson in becoming a great quarterback, you got to thank your O-line first. Thank you guys for getting me here today in one piece. I know it wasn't easy. I scramble around a lot, but I love you guys. I have so many coaches to thank. My high school coach, Nick Rogers, he is here. Thank you for believing in a 14-year-old freshman to start on varsity. I probably weighed 140 pounds. I appreciate you. Taylor Kelly, thank you for helping me elevate my game, taking me to new heights and the next level. I want to thank Herm Edwards, Marv Lewis, and Antonio Pierce. Thank you for your leadership and welcoming me when I was at ASU, and thank you for giving me the keys to the program. To Coach Kelly, Coach Frank, Coach Denbrock, and Coach Sloan, and the rest of the LSU football staff, thank you for trusting in me to lead your team. I learned so much from you guys. You took a kid from the West Coast and brought me back down to the Bayou. I'm forever thankful. I want to thank to every single LSU fan for having my back. I never seen fans pouring their hearts into a team like LSU. I really wish I could have brought you back another championship, but that was my plan, but God has other plans for me. So wild. I want to thank all my teammates from Arizona State to LSU. You're my brothers. You work so hard every day and inspire me to be my best. The truth is, I'll truly miss all you guys. Having future NFL players on my team make my job look easy. My receivers always say this, they're like Waffle House, they're always open. I also want to acknowledge all the unsung heroes of this game. Trainers, the nutritionists, equipment managers, groundkeepers, janitors, security, everybody. Basically everyone who works behind the scenes to make sure our sport is the greatest on earth. I know it's sometimes a thankless job, so I want to say thank you. But then finally, I'd like to turn to my family. Dad, you put a football in my hands when I was young. I know you raised me to be a corner, but hopefully now the decision to play quarterback is paid off. You taught me how to play, lead, and be calm no matter the situation. And I know I wouldn't be on the stage if it wasn't for you, so thank you. I love you. My rock, my mama. You were so nervous when I was playing my first high school game, that you couldn't even watch my first high school touchdown. You closed your eyes. But after that, you never took your eyes off the field. You always had my best interest at heart from day one, and you showed me that tough love when I needed it. You instilled in me the hard work mentality that got me here, and you always told me to keep my eyes on the prize. You encouraged me to always bet on myself because you always believed in me no matter what. I graduated in 3 years because that's something that you pushed me to do. And here and now, I'm on this stage, and I love you, Mom. Thank you. I want to shout out one more person, Sherman Wilson. He's in the stands somewhere. Thank you for everything you've done for me, bro. Pushing me no matter what. You might be annoying, but, I love you, dog. Being a college athlete and winning this award has been a dream come true. I want to dedicate this award to every boy and girl who has a dream. With faith and hard work, you never know what's possible. They said I was too skinny, so I added weight. They said I relied on my legs a little bit too much. So, I went to work, completed all those passes, had the season I had. So I thank everybody out there. And they said I was too quiet, so, I became more vocal. I stepped out of my comfort zone, and now I'm here today. So what did I learn from all this? I learned how to block out the noise, that you could overcome any obstacle, and just be humble, be legendary, and most importantly, be joyful about what you do. And when you get knocked down, get back up, keep smiling, and never give up on your dreams. And I want to end a special thank you to Greg Brooks Jr. and his family. You gave me inspiration to continue on this journey of greatness and keep fighting. Thank you.
Jaden, these guys, they know what that surreal feeling is like, so get to know them. Congratulations once again. That's a powerful message. To Marty Smith with some details on the voting.
Thank you, Chris. I just met with our great friends at Deloitte. Let's take a look at the final numbers. Jaden Daniels receives 503 first-place votes. And my friends, this is the closest Heisman vote since 2018. Jaden Daniels on 90% of the total ballots on which the top four were named. And the winner of the Heisman fan vote presented by Nissan is Michael Penix Jr. Congratulations to all. Enjoy. Chris.
Thank you.
Marty, thank you. As Jaden continues to meet his fellow Heisman winners, we wish all four of these Heisman finalists great success in the future. We'll be fans of all of you on Sundays, and there's still some more work to do. What powerful words and examples from all four of these guys, and Jaden Daniels leaving everybody some powerful closing words. We hope it makes you feel good about the sport of college football. It can be tumultuous at times, but this was a feel-good night. We thank you for joining us here. Happy holidays to all. Next, the 30 for 30, the great Heisman race of 1997. Congratulations one more time, Jaden Daniels, LSU's third Heisman Trophy winner.